Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of OMG WAT DAT. My name is Jubu, and I am here in aiea. Ever wondered why there's two large trees in the middle of nowhere here in aiea, and also a rock standing alone by these two trees at the aiea post office? Well, I'm here today to tell you a story. Not really as scary as most people actually think about, but this is the story of La'a and Ki'i. Before I continue on, just for everybody wondering, it is still COVID lockdown here in Hawaii, and I'm basically, since I'm in the middle of the city itself, I'm required to wear the mask. It's kind of hard to talk to it, but excuse the fact that you may not be able to hear or understand what I'm saying. So I'm actually trying to talk as loud as I can into the microphone. Anyway, why I'm here today is I always ask myself the question when I used to come in this area is, why are there two large, really large actually, trees next to the post office? And also, what's up with the pohaku located right next to it? There's actually a story, and a lot of people don't even know about it. I'm here to just basically tell you the story. Now, for those of you who live in aiea and live here in Hawaii, everyone knows that aiea, the area between the stadium and Pearl Ridge Center, was an actual battleground. I do not remember who the opposing forces to Kalania Kapule was, but here it's said that the battle fought over land rights. So yeah, places like Aiea, which is further up the mountain, and areas such as the library, this location that I'm in, is said to have many sightings of shadows, and also odd occurrences where you hear sounds and whispers late at night, or even just during the day. Because I'm here during the day, I'm here to really tell you about the romance that turned into what you see today. It involves mo'o, and basically people turning into stone. So let me get settled, and then I will come back. Hi guys again. Okay, just to give you a heads up, just to give you a little backstory, this rock that you see right in front of me, or right behind me, is an actual pohaku that was moved here from further up the road. Moanaloa Road, or Moanaloa Road is further up that road. It's at that cross section where you see aiea Medical Building. That's Moanaloa Road, and it was moved from there to here because they had to widen the road for more traffic and all that. So it got relocated here. Okay folks, this is the pohaku that was moved from Moanaloa Road to this exact location, and this has actually a little significance to the story that I'm about to tell you. I've heard that some people have actually seen this thing glow, but I can't really validate that at all, especially during the day. But last time I was here, a fellow ghost hunter always wondered why this was actually here. And the odd thing is, it's actually located right next to these very, very tall trees in aiea, which is actually taller than most of the wires here. And a lot of people were always wondered, why are these here? Well, I found the story, did the research, and found out there's an actual story. So first off, just to give a heads up, These two trees, these two large trees, actually are significant to the Kalakaua dynasty. Prior to this location being developed for housing and all that, this used to be a watering hole, not a watering hole, but a pond that was built over. The story that goes that's actually related to this location is about two lovers. It's like a Hawaii's version of what's that, Romeo and Juliet. Anyway, the story begins where there was a chief's daughter, La'a, who had fell in love with a commoner, Ki'i, and their house was actually around in this location, where the post office was. But basically what ended up happening is they had a love interest that they ended up being lovers and all that kind of thing. Well, the father, which I can't remember what the name of the chief was, actually did not approve of this union, and he had the priests figure out a way to see if this really is worth the while. So the priest had told him, have this commoner go up the mountain, up the ko'olaus, past Kea'iwa Heiau, and bring me lehua flowers. Not just basic lehua flowers, but the rare white lehua flowers, and bring them to me in 3 days. Bring the flowers to the chief in 3 days. So that's what the kahunas told him. So of course, at one point the chief said, Ki'i, which is the commoner, if you want to court my daughter La'a, what you need to do is you need to climb the mountains of Ko'olau, get me lehua flowers, not just the regular lehua flowers, but the white lehua flowers, and bring them to me before the sunset on the third day that you set your journey on. Third day that I tell you go. And if you do, I'll approve you courting my daughter, and you can do it, be with her and all that kind of stuff. But be aware, if you should fail, you will never see her. You're not allowed to see her ever again. Ki'i basically said, yes, I'll do it, no problem, shouldn't be a problem. So the chief says, go get him then. There he ended up going up into the mountains for 2 days, searching for these flowers, these lehua flowers. And he thought it was easy, but the white lehua flowers is rare back then. So what they ended up happening is he rushed. On the third day, hours before the sunset, he sees these flowers on the cliff. He goes and gets it and starts coming down the mountain just as the sunset is about to start coming down. As he gets down the mountain past Kea'iwa Heiau and further down, he starts to see the house where La'a lives. He sees her father at the door and the sun is coming down, and he's basically racing the sun. It was said that he had faltered, he fell and dropped the lehua flowers onto the ground, and it either blew away or was damaged and destroyed on his fall, and he basically was so distraught when that happened. Now during this time when he fell, and it fell and got this, he fell, he stood up, he looked up at La'a and the chief at what we now know as Moana Loa Road, which is further up the road. As the sun set, he began to turn into stone. That stone is what you see right now. It's called the Pohaku of Ki'i. Basically, he was there at the Moana Loa Road until they widened the road, and they brought the Pohaku here. It is said that they chanted, they asked for permission to relocate that rock from Moana Loa Road to where it stands now, and it is now part of where Waiola'a bathing ponds used to be. I'm probably standing on it now. It is in belief that when the chief actually anointed the ponds, he named the pond by his daughter. And when this event had happened, where Ki'i had turned into stone up the road, and she had lamented so heavily that she had never married no one, she would constantly be looking at the stone and all that. Well, because she could never be with Ki'i, she became part of the bathing pond here and became a mo'o. A mo'o, for those of you guys on the mainland, is a lizard entity that resides a lot around freshwater ponds, water, streams, and all that. And it is said that her spirit, when she died, went into the pond and became a mo'o. And if you were not a ali'i or royalty, you would be drowned in the pond. And where we stand now is probably where the pond used to be. I cannot tell you how big the pond is because there's no real record of what the pond looked like and all that. But in Aiea, there's a lot of hauntings, primarily because this used to be a battleground. So anyway, it is said that when this rock was moved over here, peace was given to this one area. No bad things ever clearly happened, but now, if you can see, if you really look at it, the lovers are now together. Anyway, I just wanted to share that story and give you an idea of the history and some of the things that most people overlook, especially here in Hawaii, where people just drive by, like how people are just driving by going to the post office. They don't know the significance or even the story involved of this area. So that being said, I'm gonna end the video, and then if you like what you heard, like what you see, please share, like, and subscribe. I normally do these things at night, but because of COVID-19 and the lockdown extension in Hawaii, it's harder to do things at night. So because this is really a haunted story about the two lovers, or kind of like a history of the two lovers, I'm here during the day. Anyway, peace everyone, and remember, share, like, and subscribe. Till the next video, I will catch you later. See ya.